And it's, how would you propose cleaning up La Mesa in regards to the homeless problem? Gang activity around the trolley and another proposed 7-Eleven. Do you support a homeless shelter in the city? Yes or no?
I would like to know more about how homeless shelters really function, and do they serve the purpose of taking homeless people off the street. The homeless person that lived behind my store for months, I was told actually had a place of residence where the Social Security checks came and a place to sleep, and that person chose to live back there instead. Some of the things I saw back there, from needles to feces to whatnot, were pretty disturbing. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to have that experience. We know what happens. Tell me if that will work, because La Mesa, it should absolutely look at the opportunity for helping these folks. If that's what it should do, find an appropriate siting. Let's put that as one of our priorities. But show to me, first of all, that that's what happens with those facilities, because I'm not sure that's one where the thigh bone's connected to the knee bone.
That's good.
The city manager once told me that that's a trick question. How would you solve the homeless problem? He said you can't. He goes, the best you can do is manage it. So going back to the parking commission, one of the things that was on our agenda was to invest parking meter money, approximately $200,000 toward building 2 public toilets. One would have been by the trolley and one would have been by the bus stop. And my first reaction is, we have a homeless problem, and I think that that would make it worse. And one of the commissioners said we did not have a homeless problem, so I spent the next week taking pictures, and we have homeless camps. We have one close to the Costco Center, and we've got one close to Vaughn's, and it's a growing problem. If you build homeless facilities, all you have to do is go to East San Diego downtown, and Father Joe, with the best of intentions, has built homeless facilities, and what you have are maybe thousands of people living on the street. So I don't know if a homeless facility would be the right path for La Mesa. Again, it's a very complicated, and it's a sad problem. I've always thought that the best thing in the world would be to build a very large facility with cafeteria and medical facilities in a place where real estate is very depressed, so that you could actually build a facility like this that wouldn't break the bank, where people could get medical care, where they could get food, and that could become, you know, a giant center where cities all over could benefit. So again, that is a trick question. It's a problem that can only be managed, not solved.
As far as the homeless issue goes, I'd like to see us try and get the homeless into homes. I think that's a different perspective that isn't going to happen without some work being put in by the people that are in a position to do that. And I think the City Council can have some say on that. I think that there are different types of homelessness. There's transitional homelessness, which you can really help with some shelters, that they could give people who are down on their luck a chance, give them a break for a little bit, and see if you can't bring them along to getting back to their job. That we can't just pretend like they're weak people that we don't want to have around. I think it's more, a lot of them it's a symptom of our society, inequality, and that there is a big group of people that are not making it. And I think we need to look out for them. I think that we also are probably, you know, I got girls, I don't want them to see drunk people pass out on the street. I don't like that, but I also don't think that it's necessarily their choice. It's often an illness that we need to treat as such. If someone had cancer, we wouldn't kick them off, kick them down the street and say, you know, you're weak, I don't want you. So I think that there's a lot that can be done. There are no homeless services in La Mesa. There's very little that they can maybe get. They can't get a shower. I think that they have to go to El Cajon for that, and I think we need to address that issue.
The question regarding the homeless, from my perspective, we do have a homeless problem, but it's not a giant one. I believe that as a small city, compared to the outlying cities that we have joined, they have provided quite well in the County of San Diego, City of San Diego, various cities, homeless programs. There is the issue of whether or not people wish to be homeless or don't wish to be homeless. I tend to believe that sometimes they choose to live a life on the street. That's what they want to do. But the other problem, the homeless problem started in 1973 with deinstitutionalization, and lots of the homeless are a result of that. They are mentally ill, and it's heartbreaking. But as far as blight and 7-Elevens and homeless people and how that goes together, you know, there are places, that was part of the question, and there are places for homeless people to go. There are places, appropriate places for retail establishments to be. When I got involved at an activism level, it was to fight against a 7-Eleven type establishment down from my house. And you do have to be cognizant about where you put those retail establishments and how those affect potential trash, litter, crime, etc. And I think when you're updating the general plan or various other things, those are things to consider. The character of the neighborhoods and the residences. Thank you.
Did everyone get a shot at that question? Remember, it includes gang, which you touched on, Kristine, and more than just homeless. There's other issues within that question. So,
all I remember is yes or no. No. We have 487 assisted units here in the city, and for low-income housing, where they have assistance. So that's what we have, and we do work with San Diego with the homeless problem. So that's where we're at with that. And nobody likes to see a homeless person on the street, and the police do everything they can to not have them there. And it's sad. We don't have a place here in the city for a homeless shelter, but we do work with San Diego on the issue.